resilient, break every chain. For those of you who are joining me for the first time, I am Resilient Susanna. My purpose is to live a life on purpose by helping you fulfill your purpose. And part of my purpose I've embarked on is this channel, a channel designed to help people, propel them into their dreams, help them get their story and their message out there, and to remind you that you have resilient power way down deep inside of you. And sometimes just hearing someone else's story can help you to find that dream, that passion, that something that is lying dormant within you. So we have embarked on a series after all the resilient ladies. We are now doing entrepreneurial men. Yes, men sometimes are ignored and forgotten, but we are not doing that on Resilient Break Every Chain. They too are resilient. They too have a story to tell. And today I am so happy, I'm so blessed, I'm so pleased to have the first, the youngest gentleman that I've ever interviewed. And not only that, he's also my nephew. So I'm double blessed this evening. So it's a pleasure to introduce to you Brandon Sean Reyes. Welcome to my channel, Brandon.
Thank you for having me here today.
Yes, it's indeed a pleasure. And you will always be the youngest, the first youngest person.
Yes.
So you set a landmark already, right? And I'm so proud of you in that, having seen what your life has become. And of course my brother Paul and his wife Jill, because they raised three gentlemen. You know, the three of you have really stood out in the community as young men of example. And I always like to ask, young men, because a lot of times they are the ones, you from small, you always hear them talking about, I want to be a pilot, I want to be a police, even more than the girls. Brandon, share with us, what did you want to be growing up?
Growing up, honestly, I wanted to get into accounting.
Mm-hmm.
So during my school career, I always picked like business subjects, accounting, studied it in Form 6, moved on to college, did a bit of accounting there as well.
Wow, okay, interesting. Because the thing that I remember Brandon most of all for is hearing my mom call and say, Brandon got a scholarship to play football and he's going to be traveling. So you will tell yourself, hey, this is something he always wanted to do. So you ended up, after finishing school and doing the subjects based on what your desire was at that time, you got a scholarship.
Yeah, I actually got a scholarship while I was going to St. Augustine. I did Form 6 there. Some scouts came down, I was watching the team play, and I had one of my best performances on that day, and I got a full ride to Jarvis Christian College.
Excellent, excellent. And so you traveled, so we only see you on Facebook and we see pictures when you meet the papers and the news and that sort of thing. What was that experience like? What was your age at that time?
I got the scholarship at 2015, so I was like 16, 17 years old at that time.
Wow.
The experience it had on me, it was great. It was terrifying at first, knowing that I'd have to leave my family and everyone behind, but knowing that I'm going to pursue something that I like, eventually everything just flowed like normal.
Awesome, because that would have been a challenge at 16 and not really saying, well, this was part of the plan. And to have it in your hand now and have to embrace an opportunity that required leaving home, all that is familiar, and embarking and being out there in a new world and a new environment. What was it like for you out there?
Well, at first, it was kind of scary moving to Texas on my own. One other player from Trinidad, he came with me too, so that made things a little more comfortable. At first, I had challenges with the atmosphere and the temperature playing in the cold because I never experienced that before. The schoolwork was fine because the first 2 years in university was basically like the Form 6 work I did.
That you had already
so
did.
my academics was good as well. So it was just to put everything on balance into the football.
And you were doing well. You have done well. You have done
Thank
well.
you very much.
And sometimes people get the opportunity to go out there and they stay out there. What made you come back home?
When I first started, I was working in the school. 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 I home will always be home to me. I love it out there. I must say the opportunities and everything was great, but eventually I just keep gravitating back home.
Your heart remained home.
Yes, my heart is home.
And as a footballer, what is your favorite team?
My favorite team is Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
As of lately, that is like a joke to the media because my team haven't been doing well.
I know, I checked it out, they 7, they 8, and when I saw it's Arsenal, I said, okay, I have to ask you that. I'm glad you tried to tell us why. Go ahead.
But this season, we're progressing. We're currently 5th in the table, on top of Manchester United, I must say. So I'm proud of that. But just growing up watching Thierry Henry and those guys, at those times Arsenal was in their prime winning titles. So it's all about loyalty as well. You can.
And that is what I was waiting to hear from you. You said you came back home because your heart was still home. And you stuck with Arsenal because that's where your heart is. You believe in them, the loyalty. And sometimes people follow a thing, they follow a person simply because they are on top. You know, and as they see they start a wave but they let go. But true loyalty is that you stick with them through thick and thin. I told you he's a man of integrity. Awesome. So tell me now, what is in the plates for Brandon? What are you doing right now?
Well, currently my life just keep taking turns because after the football, currently a barber. I started a business.
Entrepreneur?
Yes, I am an entrepreneur. We started a barber salon. It's called Trim Salon. I have some nail techs there as well, hairdressers.
Okay.
1 or 2 girls doing lashes. But I'm the head barber in the salon. Right?
So it's like a one-stop shop to get groomed and polished and stuff like that.
Correct.
Awesome. And I saw one of your videos with the young ladies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I also know you are into a sports company with your brothers.
Yes, my brothers and I, we have Reyes Sports Company Limited. We throw footballing events. We try to help young men, women, anybody in sports really, help them accomplish their goals. Because like while I was over there in the States, I kept in contact with all the coaches and everyone. And if I see someone with the talent as well as the academic, I could always give them a shout out to the coach, send him some videos so he could see if we want them or not.
Well, that's excellent. So you are opening doors for other young people.
Correct.
So that they can reach their dreams. That is excellent. And also you have your coaching certifications as well.
Yes, I actually did my coaching license in 2019. I have a KNVB/TTFA C license coaching course. It's one of the highest in the Caribbean. And I coach under 12 and 14 team called Beatniks SC.
Right, good. So they are getting experience, knowledge, and everything thrown in together into the package.
Yes.
So we will be hearing more about Brandon Reyes and what God has in store for you as far as you being able to give back as well as your own self. Do you see yourself getting back in football on a full-time basis?
I would like to get back into football on a full-time basis, but currently with the barbering and trying to keep my clientele, it's really tough. I actually have a year on my contract still with FC Indiana. Supposed to head back to the States next year to be part of the team as well. If I do, after the season, I'll be back home again to make sure things
to continue what you would have started.
Yes.
So you have your vision open on both ends, so that whatever rise you're able to meet the demand. What is the name of this sporting company, in case anybody out there who might be looking at this video and want to get in touch with you guys to get your mentorship and so forth? What is the name of the company and how can they find you?
You can find us on Instagram, on Facebook at Reyes Sport Company Limited.
Okay, awesome. Good, so you all can look him up. Now share with us, you're 25 years of age, that is still young, and you have experienced so much, and therefore I'm sure throughout that journey you would have had some experiences that built your resilience. Share with us at least one experience that was a real challenge. I know going to the States and that transitioning was one of them. But what again, another incident where you might have really come up against something, but resilience came forth and you came through?
One thing that was really tough for me Well, I started the barbering over 10 years now. My uncle asked me to cut my cousin's hair one day, and that's what really got me into it. But some of the challenges I faced from the barbering, I started off like just trimming home in my gallery, and people would pass and see me and be like, "What happened? I thought you was doing so well in school and stuff like that," thinking that, well, the barbering is something lower, or they wasn't really expecting barbering from me. So that was one of the challenges I faced. People didn't really want to come and stuff like that. Until they start seeing pictures and videos of my work and people talking about me, and then me opening the shop was like really the big boom, and then people start understanding, well, the barbering game really changing, and it's something to be proud of.
Yeah, and then how I would see it, you see purpose, and some people don't understand purpose because, okay, we live with the concept. You go to school, you get a good job, and you know, and you go into the routine, the normal things. They expect you to become an accountant, a lawyer, a doctor. And once you step aside or you deviate from that, they begin to see it differently or to have doubts. So I believe that was probably the greatest challenge. But when your heart compels you to do something, and I'm hearing that was a gifting, because you said you were asked to cut. You started, so you didn't do any training?
No, I didn't learn to cut anyway. It was just practice from scratch with me.
So that's a gift. So that is something within you. It became a passion, it became a purpose. It's now a business, and you now have other people now also employed as well as having their own business because they will have their own stations and all of that. So God took that little something that seemed like a barber after you went to school and your parents spend money and all kind of thing, and you go and cut people hair. You know, we know how it is go down, right? And look what God has used it for. It's now a blessing to other lives. And now, you know, after when you begin to shine, as I said, I don't know the story, but we always see the glory. So now they're seeing the glory of who Brandon Reyes really is as a barber, and so much more. Because I'm hearing so much more besides just that. And we don't have to really, you know, let life box us in. Life is diverse, and for young people, they need to know that. They don't have to see it as one thing. We have the ability to excel in different areas. And I'm so happy to let this truth come out through you this evening.
No problem. It's glad to share because everybody, as I said, everybody think life just supposed to be programmed. You go to school, you go university, and then you get a job. And then people start realizing after university it's hard to find a job and stuff like that. So trade is always a good way to go.
It's always a good way. You create. You go, we are creative beings, you know. God gave us that ability, and COVID has shown us that we have learned to adapt and to become very creative, because when the norm doesn't work anymore, then you know your resilience is going to step in, and you have to become creative and make a way in the midst of it all. Brandon, we also share and resilient break every chain, and you have really broken some chains of stereotyping. And what is freedom to you? I always ask all my guests that. What is freedom to you?
Freedom for me is being able to work on my own timing, having that flexible schedule. Just doing something you love is actually freedom to me, because you don't feel like you're working, you're enjoying every moment, just being passionate about what you do. So that is my freedom.
Well said. And you found that in barbering as well. And you now tell me, how perfect is that? You know?
Honestly, it's really great to me, just doing what I love every day, because I can, thinking about it now, being an accountant, sitting down in an office probably doing the same thing every day, that wouldn't fit my lifestyle.
Your personality.
Correct. Yeah. So barbering, I just getting to express myself as an art, doing something new, dealing with someone new every day. And it's such a passion to me now that I actually study my clients, because every client is a new story, is a new topic.
So psychology comes in there as well. You're learning life, you're learning people. And you know, barbers and hairdressers are also counselors.
We are. There's a lot to be go through.
And you have to be able to listen, because people come and they share their stories, right? They're sitting relaxing under your hands. They begin to talk and they begin to share. So what might seem small and simple can have such a profound effect
Yes.
on the people around you. And I believe purpose is what God designed us, each one of us. And that's why we cannot tell someone else what is their purpose. Each person must discover that for themselves. And only when they do that, then they can experience the freedom that you are experiencing today.
Yes.
Brandon, it's been a joy chatting with you. I really enjoy having you, and you are free to come back at any time to share with us whether about your coaching, your whatever mentorship, whatever it is, as God continue to channel you and take you into new avenues. God bless you so much.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate being here, sharing with the younger ones and letting them know it's always good to express yourself and always believe in yourself as well.
Yes, that's a powerful message. Believe in yourself. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you would like to leave with them before we go?
You can check out my barbershop page on Instagram as well, Reyes Reflex. The sporting company, once more, is Reyes Sports Company Limited.
And I'll drop all those in the description, so make sure and check them out.
Thanks very much.
You are welcome. So guys, remember to like, subscribe, and share. In order for Brandon's message to get out and for Resilient to continue breaking chains, we need you to subscribe, we need you to share. God bless you, have an awesome day, and bye for now.